What's good? Welcome to First Street Podcast. On today's episode of First Street Podcast, we have the one and only Candi CWall Waller coming on with us to give us the latest and greatest information and news from the Washington Commanders. She will also give us a little rundown about Super Bowl week. She did a ton of interviews. She was everywhere like air. We'll do our Super Bowl recap. Said we'll be leaking oil, of course. Lady A will give her version of the halftime show and what she liked and didn't like. And Al is back from vacation.
Oh boy.
So he'll be sliding in here real fast. Question: do you guys want the good news or bad news?
All the good news.
All the good news. No show on Saturday. All
Good.
right. No show this Saturday. Bad news is y'all know what time it is. Let's go. Welcome back to First String Podcast. Please do not forget to like and subscribe to First String Podcast. Hit the bell to enable alert for new content just like this. The most important part, though, is that you tell a friend to tell a friend about First String Podcast. And guess what, y'all? Queen Coco is in the building. Coco, we miss you so much. What up? Listen, we know your Steelers just departed with their longtime coach and Mike Tomlin. But you keep hanging in there, fighting a good fight for the Steelers. We got you. We understand, but don't switch teams. And if you do, don't be like Al and have 4 different teams, okay?
Yeah, she ain't gonna switch teams.
No. But Al will. Al will get himself traded real fast.
Al is originally a Dallas fan, so he doesn't count.
Okay.
They don't have logical thinking.
Pick is too soon. Oh, I'm sorry, Coco. I'm sorry.
But that hurts, that real talk, y'all know that hurt my soul to see my Epps big brother.
Oh, my Epps big brother gone.
I said, well, that's a good coach right there.
Well, he's just taking some time off for family. That's all. He's just taking some time off.
Can't be mad at him for that. It still hurt though, but he can't be mad at him.
Absolutely. For sure. We appreciate each and everybody for watching. So listen, we had a Super Bowl and it did come out the way we thought. It was going to be a lot to a little.
We were all correct.
We all said that Patriots, that Seattle defense was really good, and that Patriots defense was really good. Said, I got to give it to you, man. You was on Kenneth Walker Jr. from the moment he got drafted to Seattle. What is it about that young man that you like so much?
Dude, the guy has amazing balance, man.
Yeah.
When he it was Wake Forest pick. We was talking about
it
was Georgia Tech. It was Wake Forest. He left Wake Forest. Wake Forest was playing this little slow run, which he still uses today. But I mean, he went to Michigan State and almost ran for 2,000 yards on the Michigan State team that was nowhere. And it brought my son as like, whoever get him is gonna get a quality running back. He just had to go through some of those small injuries to get to the point he is now. Because I mean, he had been sharing carries up until I think the 3rd or 4th game of the season when Charbonnet went down, and then he took over and showed his potential. And was bad. It was bad for the team. Great for him. He's a free agent.
Yeah.
So now, not only is he's a Super Bowl MVP. Now they got to put some money behind him.
You not lying. And I was so proud. I was so happy for him.
Mm-hmm.
he seemed so humble, and he's soft spoken, but I commend him for everything that he did. The whole game, the
Right.
the game definitely had its ups and downs, a whole lot of downs at the first half, but he did great. I will give him that. He did amazing.
Right.
So kudos to him. Congratulations on the Super Bowl MVP. And there was a really cool story about his dad. His dad doesn't like big crowds.
Mhm.
And this was actually his first NFL game. To
Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing.
for your first NFL game ever, not even before his son played. This was his first NFL game ever. So your first NFL game, your son is playing in the Super Bowl. He balls out and
Yeah.
gets MVP.
Yeah.
Like, you can't ask for a better NFL debut than that. So
Yeah,
kudos
yeah.
to Kenneth Walker, the second and the third.
Yeah.
Well, listen, sorry about that. Apparently, my computer wanted to do a quick update, and it didn't ask me. It just did what it want to do. So we are literally being taken over by the computers as we speak. So them T1000s are on the way. Who ordered the two? Who ordered the T1000?
So we're not gonna speak that into
I'm
existence.
just
Thank
saying
you.
it didn't ask me anything. It just said, yeah, I'm restart now.
That's, that's so sweet.
No, it's not. The T130s are coming.
What
That's
The
so sweet.
T1000s and
the computer just wanted to make sure you were good. That's all.
well, apparently they're going to end us.
Hey, that part we're not gonna speak it to existence.
Okay, that part.
Your
Okay,
computer wanted to make sure you were good and that you was paying attention. That's all.
okay.
That's it. That's all.
Keep you on
That's
your
it. That's all.
toes.
Keep you on your toes. Okay, listen, um, Lady A, you want to
Yes.
talk about the halftime show?
Okay, let's do it. Now, the halftime show for 2026, very controversial from the beginning. Um, Now we know Jay-Z is actually in charge of the halftime show.
Mm-hmm.
No, you know now. Jay-Z has been in charge for some years now.
Mm-hmm.
Selected Bad Bunny, which was amazing. Fun fact, Bad Bunny has already performed at the Super Bowl. He
True.
performed back in 2020 with J-Lo and Shakira. Was it Shakira?
Sure. Mm-hmm. Secure.
So he made his little, his Super Bowl debut then. A lot of people say, I don't know who that is. Then they found out it's a Puerto Rican artist who everything is in Spanish. He chose not to cross over. A lot of Spanish speaking artists have to cross over and do songs in English in order to kind of make it big. Bad Bunny said, no, I'm not doing that. And he didn't. Hello, Al.
Good evening, everyone. I apologize.
We're doing the recap of the halftime show. Um,
Roger.
so Bad Bunny, okay, all of his songs are in Spanish, so it's gonna be in Spanish. You know, um, another fun fact for those who aren't really familiar with him, he had a song with Cardi B that was really popular. I Like It Like That. It's a song that has been out for some time now.
Mm-hmm.
So she said, "Take pick first." Talk about the robots. But so Bad Bunny, a lot of controversy. A lot of people were like, oh, we need an American. He's American. He's Puerto Rican.
Ah,
Um, and a lot of people in this country do their language is Spanish. That's yes, English is spoken in this country, but the number two close second is Spanish.
mhm.
So we know it's going to be Spanish speaking. However, Bad Bunny, really amazing spirit because all the hate that comes his way, he says you fight hate with love. You can't be mad at that. He just recently won a Grammy. He could not perform at the Grammys because there is a clause in your contract when you perform for the Super Bowl. You cannot perform for anyone else during that time frame. So there was no performances. But however, he did receive a Grammy, which is really cool. He won Album of the Year. First completely Spanish spoken, album that has ever won that award. So really cool. Kudos to him. He is a big deal. Just because you don't know him doesn't mean he's not a big deal. So when the cameras started rolling, first thing you see are it's foliage on the field. You have palm trees and grass and just all kinds of stuff, and already in awe. Okay. And another fun fact, the grass is really tall pieces of grass that was out there. There were costumes and there were people in the costumes that walked onto the field. So that was really cool. Helps with the setup because you only have a certain period of time during the Super Bowl performance to set up, then perform, and then break down. You don't have much time. So that was really cool that your props had legs. He performed obviously completely in Spanish, but very high energy. He had Lady Gaga was a surprise guest. Ricky Martin was a surprise guest. He did not dance, but he sang and he was crying. You had quite a few celebrities that just popped in there. Yeah, Cardi B was in there. Which I was kind of sad. I will say I was disappointed that they weren't going to do I Like It Like That or even play it. But there was a little piece that was Gasolina, and I'm like, that's not his song, but I understand what it means to the culture. But it was a lot going on. A couple got married. He had his Grammy, and he kind of it was like a little boy watching TV, watching him win the Grammy. He handed it to the little boys. It's really cool. For all the kids who are dreamers out there, dreaming about making it big one day. It was kind of for them. So really cool performance. It broke records. Kendrick was a record holder last year. It broke Kendrick's record. So kudos to Bad Bunny. Really, really great performance. If you guys haven't seen it, check it out on YouTube. See what the hype was about.
Question.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm going to sound a little ignorant with this question, so please excuse me. The Bad Bunny, is that the same thing as the clothing line, Bad Bunny?
So Bad Bunny in this instance is a person.
Right, I know.
Right.
Is that his clothing line, Bad Bunny?
I don't know about my clothing line, but we can always search it out. I don't know why you had.
It's a something Bunny clothing line. I thought it was Bad Bunny because my son and my kids wear this stuff. Will ask for it all the time. And
they do have a Bad Bunny. It's a Bad Bunny clothing. Well, no, it's not a clothing line. I know they came out with something for the Super Bowl, but outside of that, there's a Psycho Bunny clothing line.
No, it's a store in Tyson's Corner because I remember it's because the t-shirts and all that stuff are ridiculously priced. But I thought it was Bad Bunny. I could be wrong.
So he does have he does collabs, I know, but an actual clothing line, yeah, it says it's him. It says it's him, so I guess so. Can you get your life together? Pick, you want us to take the other version of you out?
Yes, please.
Okay, there we go.
Really?
Okay.
And CWall is here.
Yes, indeed. You good, Pick?
Yep. Pick's good.
Okay.
That's a Frozen Pick.
He was.
No, he put Frozen Pick away.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What's wrong?
Good? We hear you.
Where did this come from?
Where did what come from?
What?
Never mind.
Okay.
Can we take CWall now?
Yeah. Okay. Hello.
Wait.
Pick, I brought her in.
Not me.
Hi, CWall.
Hi. Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
We got you loud and clear.
Candy, how you doing, ma'am?
Oh,
I'm good. How you guys doing?
We good.
Good.
The off season is here. The off season is here. I'm sorry.
No, I was asking if she was awake. Is she good?
Yeah. She's got that. She got that I ain't work today look on her right there.
Yeah, I feel like it's a lot. It took me long. I can't even. It is what it is. I looked at myself. I changed my clothes from the press conference, and I was like, maybe I should have kept that on. Maybe I should have. But It is what it is. I'll be back on the road tomorrow. So
Where
I
you
check
headed?
with everybody. To back out to the West Coast
Okay.
for All Star. I mean, it is for All Star, but it's other events going on. Hampton is in the HBCU Classic, so I'll definitely be out there for that. And we'll see. I got a lot of stuff going on. I'm speaking at a couple of events, so
busy.
Yeah.
Very busy. So, Candi, would you like to start with the press conference, or do you want to start with Super? Let's start with Super Bowl week. You were everywhere out there when it comes to the Super Bowl. Like you were interviewed, you was popping up on Radio Row. I know that San Francisco was more spread out, but compared to the other Super Bowls, how was the vibe out there?
I mean, yes, it was. I will be honest and be like, it wasn't given what it should have been given, because I mean, and perhaps it's because everything is so spread out. It's just sometimes there's a whole vibe, like with opening night. It's a lot of glitz and glamour, and so from that perspective, it wasn't like that. Radio Row, which is actually now called Media Row, that was still nice. But the space was a lot smaller than what I'm used to in previous years. So it's like, it's a lot of lights, it's all the shows, it's everybody, it's celebrities, players, coaches, everybody's walking around because they're doing so much media. Everybody's doing all kinds of media availabilities like all day. And so it could be very overwhelming. I want to say that, the fan bases that were in attendance were fantastic. I think I'm probably talking more from just the overall look and feel of it. It didn't feel like Super Bowl was happening. I was like, well, where's all the stuff? Because you want to feel like, when you're walking down the street. But everything is very spread out. Like San Francisco is one thing, but San Jose, Santa Clara, all that is all like an hour away each.
Oh wow, is that spread out?
Yes.
Oh yes. Wow.
Yes.
And that traffic isn't friendly.
Traffic was horrendous.
Yes. Oh wow.
It was really bad.
Well, the thing I care about most is, did you get some good food, and where did CWall wind up? Like was there anything that you needed to see that was out in San Fran, like an experience that you had that was just epic for Super Bowl week?
I mean, I as many times as I've been to California, I had never been to San Francisco. So that was my first time in San Fran. And I stayed down near the Fisherman's Wharf, which Pier 39, like down there in the water. So you're sitting out, you can see Alcatraz, it's down by the water. So you can walk by there, and that's nice. You can see the different bridges. So that was cool. When I did have downtime, that's where I went because it was right near the hotel, So if you go to San Francisco, I would recommend staying by the water. Just make sure you're staying by the water. They do have very good seafood. They definitely do. And so we'll see, but it's hard. They have a lot of hills. I don't know if anybody's been there.
Very hilly.
What was interesting
when
I first got out there, because I was on the plane with some of the Washington Commanders staff. So Fred Smoot, when I made a comment, me and another staffer was mentioning that we had never been to San Francisco. And he was like, oh, the hills, just warning you now. Like in some of the residential areas, the hills are very, it's like in some areas, it's roller coaster steep.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, yeah.
You riding trolleys? You riding the trolleys?
No. Once all of that, I was like, I don't know how these vehicles are making it up and down these roads. So I just
Candi said, nah.
I'm a risk taker, but
I'm not risking no trolleys. Got it.
And the amazing part, Ken, you'll probably see those houses when they build them on the hill. How they go, it's the craziest looking thing. Yeah. How they're like just going with the hills and everything. Like, how are you living like that? Yeah,
exactly. And so one of the Uber drivers, after an event, was like, this is how you know. It's like something was going on, but they still didn't know what was going on. They were like, what's happening in there? So I was describing to the Uber driver, like, here's what's happening. And I guess he was like, oh, you're on TV. Oh, you do this. Oh, you know what? Free of charge. I'm going to take you to a historic street. I guess it's the most crooked street in America. That's what he said. I don't know if that's how true that is, but to your point, Al, that's where it was. And I was like, this.
Is that the one from Ant-Man? Is that the one from Ant-Man where it goes?
It was a ton of tourists, and everybody was standing on the hill just taking a picture of San Francisco. It's crazy, and of course, like if people live in these houses, I'm like, how? Like, why? But
Okay, we got a question here. It says, you were down by the Fisherman's Wharf. Did you sneak a peek at the Dan Patrick show? Because I guess they were down.
A lot of the shows are in Media Row all during the week. Mm-hmm. So once you're at the show, all during the week. I mean, it's literally all of the shows, like all of the national shows, except for the ones that are on the weekend, because then they start changing locations and going to different places. But like Radio Row starts popping. I mean, they start popping on Monday, but that's opening night. So by the time Tuesday comes, there's media availabilities all week, but literally each show from the, national networks, they do their shows in Media Row. So you see everybody all week.
Okay. All right, let's get to it. Let's talk about these.
Never done it before. As media, it is something to do. It's a fantastic experience because you literally see athletes all day, current and former, coaches all day, current and former, celebrities all day. You really do, and you just never know who you're going to see. And everybody looks different, especially when it comes to the players. Everybody looks different with the street clothes on. So you might know them, you might not. You be like, oh, wait, who is
that? Yeah, we saw you ran up on Debo. We saw you waited in line. You spoke to Debo.
Let me be clear about something. I did not wait in line. But I wasn't going to say that in the caption.
Okay, put some respect on that.
I did not wait in line. I did not talking to me.
Well, that's what he said in the captions.
That's what he said. I didn't wait no line.
Okay.
I didn't wait no line. I had my media badge, so it wasn't like I had to wait in line. But I wanted him, I had to make him think that I wasn't waiting in that line. He knew I wasn't waiting in that line. And so it was a very long line. But that's another thing, another aspect. So there's Media Row, but there's also Super Bowl experience. And in the Super Bowl experience, there's shows, there's activations, and then there's players doing autographs, pictures, all types of activations with fans. And so it was just a slew. I just told the lady, I said, don't tell him I'm here. That's what happened. I said, don't tell him it's me. Don't tell him anything. Matter of fact, I'm just going to tell you, I know him because I covered him with the Commander. She was like, come on. And so I was like, thank you. Just don't tell him it's me because I wanted to surprise him. So
yeah, that was a good little surprise. Aww. Yeah, you can see his eyes light up too. He's like somebody I know. It's amazing. It's amazing when you get that feeling of, hey, there's someone I know around right now. So
it's a lot. Yes. That's what they're celebrities, whether they know it or not, whether they think it or not. Athletes are celebrities.
Yeah.
And so they want to see familiar faces just like anybody else. You got to take pictures with everybody, do autographs with everybody. So yes, when you see somebody you like, for a minute,
let your guard down some, I guess, right?
Yes, absolutely.
There we go. Okay, so
I was like, I ain't staying up here, I'm gone.
So today you covered the Coordinators Day. Dan Quinn spoke for a little bit. He sent a shout out to Sonny Jurgensen's family for his loss. He gave us some updates on the coaching staff and congratulated Bobby Wagner on becoming the Walter Payton NFL Man of the Year, and spoke about that. But we got to hear from the defensive coordinator, Mr. Jones. Devontae, is it Devontae? Devontae. Right. Okay.
Yep.
Jones, I'm going to mess that name up, and from here on out, I just know it. Lady A will put me hooked on phonics later. And also our offensive coordinator. So tell us about it.
It was long, you know. It was a marathon, you know. I mean, it was fine. It was fine. I think I'm just kind of like, this is what's up. Okay, it's cool. Let's just, you know, get on with it. I mean, this is just part of the season, right? It's like Super Bowl ended, and here we are, right? And then I guess not next week, the week after is combine. And then it's pro days, and then the draft will be here. Well, it's pro days, but it's also free agency.
Yep.
I think there was a lot of information shared. I'm definitely going to be doing, you know, a lot of use your clues in my show after this. Because there was definitely great information being shared. But you can also tell that they are being very strategic. Listen, last year was bad. Right? Last year was bad.
One more time.
2024 was amazing. Last year was bad. And I think, you know, for many different reasons, what Mike McDonald just did put everybody on notice.
Yes.
Mike McDonald, and you know that Bowie TV is familiar with Mike McDonald. What he did from a defensive perspective put the league on notice. The first time in Super Bowl history, a head coach who is also the defensive play caller, because like I tell people, you know that does happen, right? Where the head coach play, they do it. Okay.
Tom Landry did it.
To play, you know, so and they won. They won the Super Bowl. They won. The defensive play caller. And you saw that defense consistently played like that.
Yep.
And they were consistently ready for their opponent. It wasn't a quarterback or offense that faced the Seattle Seahawks this year that they weren't prepared for. But on the flip side of that coin, Mike McDonald talks a lot about the sacrifices he had to make. I mean, he wasn't even like home, right? Like he had to lock in at a completely different level.
Yeah.
To accomplish what he did. This man wasn't like home. And even if he wasn't home. You feel me? Like he's locked in. So when you really hear the story about the hours and the time and all of that it takes, you see how the team played all year, right? You see the result. Everybody's on notice now. He changed it. He shifted the atmosphere with that. So now, yeah, sure, the press conference was fantastic.
Question.
It was great. But okay. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like,
yeah, absolutely.
Everybody's got a tough job now after that. I mean, and shout out to the Patriots, right? Like offensively, they couldn't get going, but the Patriots defense played very well.
They played very well, exactly. And that's great. And that's great.
You know,
that's great. That's Mike Vrabel, another defensive coach's first year. You had two defensive coaches in the Super Bowl. And everyone wants to say that it is a boring Super Bowl. It's not. It's the game. It's still the game. The game is don't let them score. You score. Get their quarterback to the ground. Run the ball. You win the game.
Yeah, it was a long season for the Patriots. You could tell they started to wear a little bit as the postseason went on. It's long. That was long. But the Seahawks more prepared.
Yeah. Defense.
Come on, Al, what was you gonna say something, Al?
The defense still wins championships. Oh, how was the buzz? I'm interested with the Seahawks going up for sale after the Super Bowl.
I know.
Was there any talk about that? Because that's a very unique situation. I don't know if I've ever seen a team be up for sale and post that prior to the Super Bowl, then win it. So that I'm sure that boosted their value a couple billion or so.
Yeah.
You know, has anyone talked about that aspect?
Yeah. It was like, oh, they about to run the numbers up.
Yeah,
like it's just oh my gosh. And
yesterday's prices
is not today's price.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
And her being a woman, the woman owner, I guess, as well. So I mean, it's a lot of groundbreaking things. And I guess I'm just curious, how was the buzz with that? And do you think that'll have any effect on the team with new ownership potentially coming in, or will they hopefully? Well, you don't know because they won't be in, or they just kind of just let them go.
I would hope they just buy it. Somebody's gonna buy it, right?
Oh yeah.
Is they are anyway. Somebody's going to buy it, and I would
Lady
hope
A put a bid in.
they would just let it do what it do. You know, just
You ain't
let
hear?
it roll.
Lady A put a bid in, Candi.
Really?
Yeah,
Listen, everybody lock in on Lady A because
You gotta watch her. You use your clues. You gotta watch her. She
everybody
start
lock
moving
in.
different.
Right.
She starts moving different.
she paid for the foursome. So
You'll know. There's signs. There'll be signs.
There will be signs like the Powerball been hit again. um, yeah, okay. I heard some of the press conferences today from out at the um Go Bear Big Bear somebody's bear, the commander's facility. And I want to say that one of the things that I enjoyed today about Coach Jones is he got excited when you spoke about certain players. And Dan Quinn said that he told him to go look at the film. I don't want to talk to you until after you look at it. Tell me what you think these guys do best. But I heard a joy in his voice when he talked about Frankie Louvu and how he's best going downhill and you got to find ways to get him matched up versus running backs. He he had a spark in his voice again when he talked about Mikey Sandersfield and putting players in the best position to make plays. That was refreshing for me because he talked about the strengths of these players and having a educational type teaching type style where these players can do what they need to do to be at their best. How receptive do you think the player? Well, was everybody to what he's saying and what he's trying to preach and get everybody on the same page about what he wants to do?
I mean, I would assume so. I mean, I don't see why not. The two players that you named, and Frankie and Mikey, are two of the players that I would consistently name of being confused on why they had regressed. So I've been talking about this. This has been a recurring thing with me, a recurring thing, right? Because you literally think about what happened in 24 and where Frankie, Mikey, and I would talk about Quan as well. Those were the three that I always said they regressed. What happened here, right? And I could guess or assume what happened, right? Just based on, certain things that I'm watching. But I would always say, because these are players who played every game. They played every game. They weren't out. They didn't miss a game. So they played every single game. Those were three players that if they had continued on the path that they were on from 2024, you could have seen a different output. But you can't expect that when you got three of, he talked about them. You're exactly right.
Yeah.
But what kind of season did they have on the field?
Not good.
It was something there. I said, no, these three people right here is something there. Yeah. And so when he mentioned it, I think I was writing in my notebook. Of course, I'm active listening. That's why I'm not tweeting during the press conferences very much, because I'm listening, active listening, like really trying to understand what's being said. And so when he said those names, I didn't surprise me one bit because I know they regressed. I'm like, I don't know why. I don't know the why, but they certainly did. And they're way better than the output, way better than the output that was on that field. And
Absolutely.
so I, he knows it too. He knows it way more than me. I'm not a defensive coordinator, right? But if somebody that's in the press box can see, like, wait, come on now, that's not them. Right. Yeah. So hopefully this is somebody who's going to be getting the best out of players, current players, right? They're going to add players. Let's be clear. They're always going to add players, but based out of the ones that are signed, on the team for sure, on the roster currently, looks like they're going to update, make sure they're in the best position to succeed.
Yeah.
I like it. I like that a lot. Also, we sort of learned, but we all suspected and knew using our clues that Jaden will be under center a lot more this year. But Coach Blau also said, as such, you will see Jaden under center. We saw what happened with Caleb Williams, that play action pass. it does affect the defense. It helps the quarterback. It sets your protections. But marrying the pass game and the run game is something that seems to be a big thing. Coach Blau, we just finally got to hear from him. So, what are you expecting from his offense, or how do you expect it to look, or what are you envisioning?
I just from Coach Blau's offense, only because of how I've watched him in practice, I expect him to be extremely competitive and aggressive. That came up a few times, and I'm talking about from a scheme strategy perspective. Because that's where I'm at with it. Like, he's definitely not going to tell you what he's doing.
Right.
Not that one. So he's not going to tell you. But I think that you've been able to really see Jaden's strengths, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you've also been able to see how defenses try to plan for Jaden, and when they can't stop him, he's difficult to stop when he's on. And I had an opportunity to talk to many folks over the last week, and one of the things that they said, I guess it was hard for people to even really, speaking of the offense, really understand, Cliff moving on. I think it was just different philosophies, right?
Right.
But the reason why it was hard, it was because they were like, man, Jaden was hurt. Jaden was hurt. What you want that man to do? Jaden's hurt. Jaden is hurt. Jaden, he hurt. That's like expected, and this is exactly what someone said to me. It's like that is like expecting the Kansas City Chiefs to still do all that they used to do, and Patrick Mahomes was hurt just as much as Jaden Daniels was. You already know where the muscle is. You know the X factor for the team. It is what it is.
Yep.
So, but the key is going to be keeping Jaden protected.
Yeah.
Because you had to learn a little bit more about Jaden. And what you learned is that young man is going to put it all on the line for his team. Jaden, why are you running down this field trying to tackle somebody who can't tackle anybody? You're not kidding.
I think that, as you guys know, which happened, I think last week or maybe during Super Bowl week, may have went under the radar, but Cliff Kingsbury is going to go out to LA. I think that's going to be a crash course in protecting your quarterback. I think that him being out there learning from Sean, he's going to get that key element of protection first. Protecting your quarterback can be design all the plays you want, but if your quarterback's not protected, you're in trouble. That's just my perspective. And also, Joe Wood Jr. also got a job as well.
Yeah, he went back to the Steelers. He went back to the Steelers. He went back with Mike McCarthy. He spent many years. That's when everybody used to say he became from the Dan Quinn tree. I was like, well, no, he didn't. He was with Mike McCarthy all those years in Green Bay. If you heard him talk, he always talked about Green Bay like that was the Holy Grail. Like that's what he would talk about all the time. And so I would always say that's not a Dan Quinn. I mean, he worked with Dan Quinn, absolutely, but he worked with Mike McCarthy, as did Jason Simmons, and that's where they are. That is where they are. That's what the leagues are built on, relationships and who had success when they were working together. So it was an opportunity. I'll go back to Cliff as soon as the news broke. What was this? Was that on Friday? I think the news broke on Friday.
I think it was Friday. It was late. It was late in the week.
He was going to go over there with Sean McVay, and I was like, that's great for Cliff, because I think Cliff is going to do well. I mean, Cliff is not Cliff is good. He's great. He needs a team. He needs a staff. He needs to be able to collaborate in his own way, and he will be successful over there. I mean, it doesn't mean he's on the staff. It doesn't mean he's calling the plays. So. Right. He'll be fine. And because he similarly, he's an assistant. He's on staff. So you're not in necessarily the coordinator role where you're calling plays and you're the final decision maker on play calls. But as a part of a team, I think they'll be fine.
I wish both of them well. I think that just like Sam Darnold, Baker Mayfield, they established themselves with Sean McVay, with Kyle Shanahan. I think that big brain power getting together and maybe a light bulb will click on for him, because Washington's been his second stop of like calling a shot, making his offense do what he wants it to do, and he'll protect his quarterbacks a little bit more and learn that the game is still the game. Get their quarterback to the ground, protect your quarterback. So wishing him well, wishing Joe Witt Jr. well, and hopefully they learn what they need to learn, because it's not only players that need to learn, but it's the coaches as well.
Right.
So Candi, what else do you have for us?
I mean, hey, I think the press conference, it was one thing that one question that Coach Jones was asked, and it was about the strength of the team. And he said young and athletic. And I said, Coach Jones is gonna be all right with me. Because I would consistently ask, you all have heard me say this. When people would talk about how old the team was, I would be like, why? And Alan's shaking his head. Yeah, I would say it. Show me. Because if everybody is leaning on Bobby Wagner and Von Miller, stop. That lets me know you do not know this roster very well. Okay? You're telling on yourself. If your narrative is that they're old, you're telling on yourself. So here we go. Coach Jones got to tell everybody. Now,
yep.
Coach
Come
Jones,
on.
now you can believe it, because Coach Jones said it. You can't, you leaning on two people who in real life shouldn't have even been taking all those snaps. And and they're aware of that. Let's be clear on that too. All right. This is why Joe Witt Jr. ain't here. And then due to injuries. Okay. So it wasn't like, I just got to be on the field. No, it was a scheme. But whenever I would say it was like, I would be like, yo, I talk to the fan base. We do these shows, and I do use your clues because I really am trying to help. And now I'm like, I hate to be like, I tried to tell y'all this. That is why I was like, something isn't right. That's what I told you week 4. I was through. Week 4, I told you how it was going to end with the defensive court. I told everybody. Just saying, nope.
This ain't gonna work well. Al has something.
I gave you another clue. Remember, I said Kay Madrano was active that game.
You just remember that, yeah.
Oh yeah.
You take him and you put him after B. John. Bobby would not have been offended. Trust me. Okay. Who's your fastest? Get your fastest goon out there. Bobby wouldn't have been offended. I'm sure of it. Okay.
Yeah.
Get the fastest one over there. Just go and get the football.
That's it.
I don't know. It didn't work out. But all I'm saying is you saw the clues week 4.
CWall
versus them doggone Falcons. Come on,
Falcons. Oh, we ain't talking about that.
That was week 4.
On a side note, not for you. This is not for you, Candi. This is for the rest of my colleagues up there. It's funny how y'all can excuse all this losing with Jaden's injury, but I ain't heard none of that 2 years ago when my boy Dak got hurt. But that's a side note.
What?
But we regret.
Yeah, come on, man. Like you know what I said. I said that Dak needed help. He can't do it all by himself.
But I'm curious. I know we've been on the Commanders a lot. Have you heard anything about the best team in the DMV, the Baltimore Ravens, and their new coach mentor? I know you do cover both teams. We'll get information on that. Have you heard anything about what's going on behind there? Because that could be a very similar situation to possibly Seattle, young coach, defensive mind coach, coming from the been in the Raiders organization. And was he on staff when McDonald was there, or did he replace McDonald after? I couldn't remember.
Who, Jesse? That's a really good question. I would have to ask Karita.
Okay.
I think he was. Yes, he was.
He was too, but yeah.
I
know he went to Michigan, came back, and went back, and did one with Baltimore, Michigan. Then he did one of those trips. I can't remember which way it was, but what's the scatter? What we hearing out there? And be more.
I think it's. It'll be different all the way around. I think the gotcha was that they brought Anthony Weaver back.
Didn't know that.
He's their defensive coordinator.
Yes. Okay.
No.
We have a question.
About defensive coordinator.
We have a question here from Dump Truck Don. He says, "Are there any changes being made to the
scouting staff?"
that wasn't asked today, but that doesn't mean there wasn't, if that makes sense. So
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
mean,
and
we'll know. We'll if so, we'll know at combine.
okay. Yeah, because I was gonna say a lot of that information, like when the scouting staff, when you clean it out or whatever, it usually happens after the combine or after the draft, right? That's usually one of those moves after the draft where they clean it out, make some replacements at the head, the head of this region or head of that region or whatever.
It's see those that's a tricky thing because to that question, you're scouting all year, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you fire the people, get rid of the people who've been scouting all year. It's not on the same way. It's not, to your point, it's not on the same timetable, if you will, as a coaching staff because your scout team is on the road all fall.
Have you heard any little tidbits or any clues you can give us possibly about with the potential combine coming up, who they're really looking to see perform at the scouting combine for the second best team that plays in Maryland, the Washington Commanders?
I would take a look at edge rushers, safety.
Just shaded.
Oh, so shady. I was so shady right now.
I'm just
He is.
trying to get good information out to our listeners, man. I mean, Candi may know because like I said, the combine's the next big thing. I mean, when she comes back from All Star, she gonna be up there rubbing elbows and getting the skid bits about what's who like who did what, who ran well, who looked well, who was a surprise, who was the bust. And I just want to know. I'm sure that the team, the people who follow the second best team that plays in Maryland, want to know who that may be. That's all.
Okay. I do have one more. I have one more question for you, Candi. With the season being over, there we get to start signing our own draft picks. Is there any signs of, getting Laramie Tunsil done as a priority, locking down Debo Samuels or some of the other guys? Because the one for me is C-Rod, getting him back.
Trish Rodriguez.
I mean, no. I mean, in terms of not saying no, they're not. Any signs of it? I mean, this is going to be interesting. That's what I'll say. This is going to be interesting. To see how this goes is what I will say. Because I mean, obviously there are holes. There are things that need to be players that need to be there. You know what I mean? There's position groups that need to be tended to. Is it a matter of re-signing some because the scheme just wasn't there? Sure. I know Laramie is a priority. Adam Peters was very blunt and clear about that at the last presser. But when you start to talk about like C-Rod, Chris Paul.
Chris Paul is that's his.
We'll see what happens. We'll see. And I'm not saying that in a negative way. I just don't know.
Right.
Chris Paul, I believe, is probably one of the most underrated one of these signings that we actually need because with my idea is Chris Paul gives us a solid front five, and then you can move oh my God, not Connolly, Coleman. You can move Coleman around where he needs to be. You're only as good as your front 6, 7. So I think that bringing Chris Paul back and watching him grow and mature in our organization was probably the best thing. So that's one that I'll keep my eye on, as well as C-Rod, because I think he's a very important part as well. I think Chris earned another contract here.
I think so.
But we will see what they think, because ultimately is what the front office and the players, they both have a choice. I can either re-sign or go somewhere else where they're appreciating. Go ahead, read that one for me, Al.
To Miss Waller, is Debo also a main priority to sign as well by the staff? Not the last part by me, but by this front office.
I mean, I would think so. I would think so. But I mean, that's off of the strength of due to injuries, we never really knew or know what a Terry Debo tandem looks like. we never really got that.
And Jaden.
And with Jaden, never got it. This team had to lean on Debo quite a bit last year when he wasn't slated to be in that role. Right? That was not his role.
I have to eat my words. I said he would be 7-game max. He played almost all 17, if not correct.
Yeah, he wasn't in Dallas. He wasn't in Dallas. It's that one.
Yes.
Yep, he missed Dallas. But other than that, I mean, Debo was he was a trooper.
Yeah,
he was a trooper. He was down with the calls for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, he was, and he was physical.
Yeah,
that physicality showed up. He was hard to take down. Did he have moments of like turnover moments? Yes, right. And it goes without saying. Hey, that special teams was rocking out with Debo until folks started getting hurt, and he had to spend more time, himself included, because he was dealing with the heel injury, and he had to spend more time with offensive snaps.
Yeah,
versus getting the ball down the field for as a kick returner. But I don't see why not. But I mean, unless the numbers just didn't add up. But I think that he absolutely he did a phenomenal job. I think he did. Considering the role that he was slated to play. And we just never saw with, like you said, with Jaden and everybody else. You just didn't see it.
Okay. Yeah, I see the Brandon Ayuk question there, Dumpster Don. Man, I really don't want Brandon Ayuk.
I don't know.
I think that's just
bring him. I hope y'all get him.
I don't know what happened there.
Oh, I'm sorry. That was.
I'm just saying in general, like what happened in San Francisco. I don't know what happened there.
He's still driving out front of the stadium. I heard. He's still going 100 miles in front of the stadium.
Y'all crazy.
Stop it.
Yeah, so I just for me it's a hard no. Brandon's doing like Antonio Brown, screaming out for help real bad right now, and hopefully he can get the help that he needs. So I hope he gets the help that he needs. So Candi, a couple of weeks ago we shared some information. You shared some information with me about that about the graphs that you have for the defense. I know you told me you still have some work to do on it. Whenever you are ready and for us to talk about it, and get it up, I'll be ready. And you have a home to share that information with.
Yeah, I think what the overall thing, and then I do have to run with the numbers. It was more so around performance, right? It was around performance. It was taking all the defensive statistics, and when you put all the numbers together, it was like, well, the two old guys was the ones who performed the most consistent across their snaps and technically performed the best on this defense. That was
absolutely
the message. I was like, yo, something happened, and I think for Von Miller, what happened there. I mean, people got injured.
Right.
But even still with the injuries and in the very limited slaps that he had, he was still, of course he was the most in sacks, but he still, hey, listen, these are gifted individuals, right? So you're talking about Von Miller and Bobby Wagner. These are gifted individuals. So they're going to be a little different in that regard. But I think the other thing was still, and I've been saying this, and maybe, the fan base will hear it now because Coach Jones said it. Young.
Yes.
I said it, and everybody was looking at me like I was crazy.
Young man's game. I keep telling y'all this is a young man's game.
And he said it. He was like, the strengths were young and athletic. And I was like,
only thing old is y'all trophies.
Now let's put them.
Sorry, Al.
You keep helping him out, Candi. You keep helping him out.
I agree with him. I'm like, exactly.
And so are theirs. So what do you say?
Oh, either older. Oh no, not either. You're right.
Oh, okay. Candi, can I get your thoughts on the Hall of Fame, real fast? Let me get your thoughts on the Hall of Fame how do you feel it is going? And if you don't want to, I understand, but
What about Bill
it's
Belichick?
Bill Belichick and the whole
Bill Belichick and
Robert
things of
Kraft.
that nature.
And who did
That
that?
whole thing. Yeah, the people that are getting in and.
Well, I mean, I was fine. The Hall of Fame class this year was fine. I mean, I thought that was great. I didn't have no issues with that. I thought it was great. It was nice. But in the words of Deion Sanders, he was like, "Would you had the Grinch who stole Christmas judging a beauty contest?" And so I think that whole setup needs to be looked at, because one of the things that I posted, I'm like, love them or hate them. What is this about? Is it about likability? I guess.
Can't be.
But one of the things, that I've consistently said, the relationship media certain people have with certain players isn't the relationship that these coaches and players have with one another.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Right.
It's not. I mean, I'll give an excellent example. For years, and years upon years, even when he got here, I heard so many people speak negatively about Deebo Samuel. And because I looked at what I do differently, and I'm spending a lot more time with Deebo, because these are people who you might have saw him at a game, right? Or you saw him at a playoff game or whatever. You might have covered him here and there, but did you spend time on site with Deebo? Did you spend time? Did you get to know him? Did you try to, you know what I mean? And that's when Durante was talking about, Coach Jones was talking about in terms of building trust and building relationships. Now, based on what I had heard about Deebo, had I never taken the time to get to know Deebo, the video that was captured, you all wouldn't have never saw that. Because I would have relied on what somebody else told me about Deebo. But guess what? You want to know how I knew he was legit?
Well,
his coaches, his teammates had a very different story than the media did. Then once I saw him and watched how he moved, I said, okay, maybe he, it's a thing with media, which is many of them have. But media, you got to do media availability. So I get why people feel that way, but I do understand it. What I'm saying is, based on your question of Hall of Fame, that some people do carry a likability factor in how they make decisions about people. And they hold
it against them.
Right. It's based on that stakeholder group, though. You feel me? It's based on that stakeholder group. Ex-coaches, ex-players, they're going to feel completely different. Completely different. So the viewpoint, and so I already know they're going to look at this. They're going to look at it. Who gets the vote? Who gets a vote? Because if you don't understand that grind, if you really don't understand that grind, that's why I said, if you all haven't heard Mike McDonald talk about the sacrifices he's made, you really need to hear that man talk about it.
He did talk about it. You're right. He talked about it. And if he has a young child, young daughter,
like a 1-year-old, he's not been home.
He doesn't even know him.
He doesn't. He's not been home.
Yeah.
This life ain't what people think it is.
It's not for the weak.
Not the ones that succeed. Especially
that right there, Al. Not the ones that succeed.
Yeah. If you just want to be one of 32, punch your clock and collect your check. You can do that for a couple of years.
See y'all.
All right.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you, CWall.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Take care.
You are watching First Ring Podcast, and that was Candi CWall Waller from Bowie TV's own Candi CWall Waller. So make sure you follow what she's doing, because man, she will keep you informed. That there's nothing short about that. She will keep you informed. So to what we was talking about just now, some of the people do carry real bad grudges to certain players. Well, if you gave me interviews and things of that nature, we talked about it. I'm not gonna keep beating that dead horse. I think it does need to be changed up a bit. But we had a question here. It says to the group, well, everybody except for Al. Who do you feel is a must-sign free agent to bring into the Commanders? Ooh, I haven't even looked yet because for me and Lady A, you can tell how you feel, please. But for me, you have to see which players you don't bring back before you can figure out what areas you need to address in free agency. So my priority is, like I talked with CWall about here, is getting Laramie Tunsil signed, getting Chris Paul signed, getting Chris Rodriguez signed. Um, Before you start addressing the other areas or start looking outside, who do you have to retain on your team? And there's a reason why you can start signing your free agents pretty much after the Super Bowl and you restrict your free agents. So then that way you can start attacking other people's teams. Lydia, how do you feel about it?
First off, I want to say, as far as the coordinators, you do have to kind of understand where they're coming from. So it's difficult to get a good scope of who we should pick up, because you need to know their scheme. You need to know what they're doing. And to your point, Pick, yes, who you're getting rid of, who you're going to need to replace. With that said, anything that we mention is just like, okay, this is a good player that would be a great addition to your team based off of what we know right now. So that definitely that can change. I feel like if he is definitely still available when it comes time to put that pen to paper, we need a tight end. David Njoku
Yep.
is a really good person.
What about in Baltimore? There's a tight end that's available there that's younger.
Available. I mean, I'm just
Likely.
saying,
Likely,
Likely.
they're not letting go likely. You out of your mind.
but that's what I'm saying. Somebody is difficult
That's
to
not
see.
likely to happen. How about that?
That's why I said David, because I feel like, who's going to
He's
be
too good for
available.
He's too
Huh?
good.
Miles Garrett.
He's
Miles
too
Garrett
good.
also said that he wasn't playing in Cleveland anymore, but we see where he re-signed at.
I mean, it is what it is. I mean, so we do have some people that we know are gonna possibly get resigned. Like, for instance, Trustway. Like, if Trust wants to go, Trust will go. Otherwise, they're gonna keep him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sign Travis Kelce. Y'all like signing old people.
I'm sorry, what?
Sign Travis Kelce.
McNichols will probably get re-signed. Chris Paul will probably get re-signed. There are people that, Debo, like, unless they want to leave, you know what I mean? So there's certain people we're probably going to retain, but what if they want to retire? What if they want, Trustway been playing forever.
No,
So
Tress ain't going nowhere. He gonna collect them
He's
checks.
gonna keep playing forever.
like
That's the
I
easiest
said,
job.
if
He gonna
Trust
keep checking. He gonna keep.
if Trust wants to leave, he'll leave. Otherwise, they're going to re-sign him.
He got the best job in football. Y'all punt all the time.
You're such a hater.
He's such a hater.
But
All
trust
right,
me,
so
is an amazing punter. I've been saying it for years. I have been on record for saying that. He is amazing. That's somebody you sign. You re-sign.
A team has never won the Super Bowl that had a Pro Bowl punter.
Okay, what that mean?
Y'all keep having a Pro Bowl punter.
Sir. Trustway, Trust don't have to put. First of all, not this past season, okay, but the season before, he went quite a few games without doing anything.
Cole said maybe I can get Kyle Pitts up here. Yeah, like Cuzzo said.
He said if Atlanta cannot keep Pitts, he did not say anything about Pitts coming here.
I'm trying to get y'all
reading. Let me say something. Reading is fundamental.
I'm trying to help y'all get some ideas about
what did that. We're not taking no ideas from you.
Lady A, I always offer unbiased commentary.
You offer commentary. The unbiased part is a biased statement.
When I make a biased statement, it's an overly biased
all the time you do.
So that you know it's biased.
Let me tell you something, Al. We ain't listening to you.
All right, I'm sorry.
Well, when it comes to that subject, but of course, when it comes to this subject right here, we're gonna listen to Al just a tiny bit. Al's coming back off of his Super Bowl vacation where he does his little golf outing. So, Lady A, your bill will be coming real soon.
I'm out
I
of here.
turned my card off.
Leave,
I knew where he was
Turn
going.
my card
leave.
off.
I turned my card off. It was shut off. It was
I turned
frozen.
my
So
card off when he
yours is
looked
frozen
at
too. Yours
when
is frozen.
he looked at it way back when. I turned it off. I told y'all, you got the app, you can cut your card off. Well, I
No.
don't
Yeah.
know who's sponsoring this shindig, but I can tell you it ain't Lady A.
Yeah.
It's,
Well, we about to find out who's in the foursome. So Al, tell us about it. Who made the foursome after the Super Bowl?
this is very difficult, to be honest. I have it down. I'm going through it right now. This is a very difficult thing to do because ain't a lot of games, so you ain't got a lot of choice.
No, you just got to give us the best four that was on the field.
Right.
The best four that was on the field, of course, the kicker. He should have been the actual MVP. In my mind, he's the one that held them guys up. So I'm going to invite the kicker because he scored the more points than I think both teams almost in that daggone game if you add up his points. And he set the record actually for most points. I believe most points scored by a kicker in the Super Bowl. So hey man, if you ain't got nothing else to do this week, come join Al's foursome because I'm gonna bring a running back with you. Young Kenny Walker III. Now I'm gonna tell you a wonderful thing. This was the first game. I think you've probably seen this, and this is kind of Al's foursome mixed with a little bit of Lady A's tea, small bit, little lemon, this dash.
She about to. She already. Go ahead, Al.
Oh yeah, but it was just cute. I want to bring him in, and I'm gonna tell him bring his father because this was the first game his father ever got to watch him play.
That's what I said earlier. Your
This
T code.
I'm sorry, my Tico. So I'm gonna bring both of them and tell them ain't gonna be because he had anxiety, which was very, very. So I
Just come on, because you take him out on the course, and his anxiety will be calmed down. It's just
yeah, man, we're gonna get a couple drinks on Lady A, hit a couple cigars on Pick, and and do a couple things. Man, it's all about relaxation. Then we're gonna bring the first quarterback to win a Super Bowl in the 2019 draft class. I think 19 and Sam Donald.
Sam freaking Darnold.
I'm finding it hard not to like this guy. Because he has all the reasons in the world to be bitter, all the reasons in the world to say I told you so, all the reasons in the world to say nah, like Lady A does. And rub it in people's faces. But he stays humble, stays on point, and stays to the team, knowing that he didn't do it by himself because he played his best football to get them here. So the fact he didn't play a great game in the Super Bowl, but he didn't have to because it wasn't much of a game because that defense truly held them down. And my last guy for my foursome, I'm gonna tell Mike McDonald. Mike McDonald. Man, take a break, man. I know you got to go home because you ain't been home in a year. But come on, get around it, man. Go relax. We're only gonna be out about 4 or 5 hours. Drinks are on Lady A, cigars are on Pick. The show has taken care of everything. So come on out, have a good time, and relax because you all are Super Bowl champions, and you will forever be in history's record books as that. So I got a kicker. I got a running back, I got a coach, and I got
a father. You got a father.
You're right.
You got a quarterback.
Yeah. So I mean, but see, this is the problem. I can't see this. This is the offense in me, but that defense led the way. And I guess Leonard, I'm gonna replace Mike McDonald. He need to go home and take care of them kids. So I'm gonna replace him with Leonard Williams, man. I'm sorry, DeMarcus Lawrence, the ex-Cowboy.
Witherspoon was all over the place, and I knew that bias was going to. Witherspoon was all over the place.
You see what this says? Just them Cowboys.
That man said
that man is
honorary Super Bowl for the Cowboys because, like DeMarcus Ware was when he went to Denver.
It was not an honorary Super Bowl for y'all. Y'all weren't there.
With honorary players,
unless you was in the stands. You wasn't there.
We sent him like the prodigal son. We sent him out. We sent him out to the pasture. Go get you one, son. So
okay.
I have readjusted. Adjusted my list. I got to put a cowboy on there, even though he's an ex-cowboy, but he was a good cowboy, and y'all know. So
Oh man, there's no such thing as a good cowboy.
Even better.
She got a nephew, young Taz. He a young cowboy. Dad take care of that. What? See, so there's some good cowboys out there. I keep telling you that. She can't talk. Look at her face. No, that's the truth.
That's not what he is.
And Taz is not that. Listen, that was Al's foursome, man. Al, that was a pretty good foursome right there. But I'm going to say this to you: do you know that Bowie High School has a Super Bowl champ?
Yeah, he's the offensive lineman. Yeah, I forgot his name. I saw that. Yeah, he was what year did he come out? But
it was after us.
He definitely was after us.
It was way after us.
Born when you were playing.
He was way after us.
He wasn't even born for several years when we was playing. He went to what school did he go to? I was just reading an article. I forgot where he.
What college he went to? You talking about his college?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember right now. I saw it and I was like, I was happy. Of course. And did you guys see my son's jet, the B-1 bomber? It was the big one.
That's what we should have asked Candi too. I wonder if Candi got a chance to interview that guy. The Bowie High School guy being from Bowie TV and a fellow Bowie graduate. Text Candi and ask her if she get a chance. I'm just curious.
I sure will. I will. Yeah, I'll ask her for sure. And then that way we can she may be able to get him on the show, do what she do. But yeah, we'll definitely follow up with her as well. So yeah, I had a whole proud papa moment during the Super Bowl. My son's squadron flew over. He was like, "We launched 3. You only saw 2 on the show. One was nearby." And then he sent me a video of how loud. He's like, "Dad, this is like the equivalent of seeing these jets take off is the equivalent of going to 10 concerts all at once and you standing in front of all of the speakers."
Wow.
He's like, it makes the inside of your body move. He's like your organs start to move when he's oh my God. He's like, these jets are just amazing. So yeah, I got to see.
I had some bad chili could do that too. So you ain't got to stand in front of
real bad.
So he got still busting his eardrums.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Hey, listen, Shane was supposed to give us a leak of oil, but he has to hit his second job. So you all be safe. Hey, Valentine's Day is coming up.
Yes, on Saturday.
Yes. What y'all getting?
It is. See, that's the thing. Al, you jumped the question. You jumped the question. Is Lady A, did you put my gift in the mail yet?
Who gift?
For all the sweetness that we bring to the show.
You know what? On Saturday,
we got the roses.
Send everybody a message to say, you know what it's gonna say? Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day. Listen,
that's my gift.
We had to Al, we had to ask Lady A before she started asking us, when are y'all sending my flowers? She's like, I expect my roses at my doorstep.
Give me my flowers while I'm here. So so send my flowers, girl.
Well, this past week was women in sports. Where's my stuff?
You play sports?
Don't do it. Where's my stuff?
See, that's why we had to jump out there first. We had to jump out there first. We had to get out there real quick. Lady A is like, she's already yelling. Where's my kids? I don't see no chocolates. No roses, no none of that. We'll see you.
Looking for edible arrangements.
You got Taz next week, right? I'm gonna send him a whole bunch of Valentine candy. So
it's gonna be blue with 1 star. It's gonna be 1 star candy. It's gonna be low grade.
Don't worry about it.
1 star is low grade.
Good sugary candies. Act the fool.
Hey, give them Mountain Dew, and a bunch of chocolate, and ring the doorbell and run.
Guess who gonna hide it and put it up on top of the refrigerator where he can't have?
No, we're gonna feed it to him first. And then
we're gonna stick it into that sippy cup. That's what we
gonna do. Y'all be safe. Enjoy your Valentine's Day weekend, please. Hey, listen,
and your All-Star weekend.
Yes.
Which is this weekend as well. Now, real quick, is it me?
Yes.
Or did they even have the Pro Bowl? I don't remember seeing nothing.
The Pro Bowl was like on like a Tuesday or Wednesday.
They
It
did
was
have
the
it.
craziest thing in the world. Was like,
because Shador was doing stuff, and I saw.
But it usually used to be that Saturday would do a lot of the events, but nothing. This was
not on Saturday. They do it.
It was like it was doing a weekday. It was doing a weekday. Even the NFL honors program wound up being in a funny little spot. It was on like a Friday or Thursday. It was Thursday, yeah. So everything this week sort of was different, man. Hold on, Lady A. When we come back on Tuesday, can you please explain to us this Sam Darnold owing money for his Super Bowl? Like, this is ridiculous. So that gives y'all something to look forward to. She'll get later.
Some hot tea for that.
Some lemon tea, ginger and turmeric in mine, please.
Some turmeric.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, apparently you
need it. I got information. That's information.
Yeah, so yeah. Wow, 70 degrees here today. I didn't get out there to swing no golf. I didn't get out there to swing my clubs, but I will.
I'm all. I got sunburn on my lips. It was a wonderful.
So you ashy? You didn't got ashy?
Nah, I got some. I got some eczema. I mean, eczema. What's that? I got some Noxzema. I'm getting an old school Noxzema and get that little shine back.
Yeah.
But it was hot.
So
while y'all was up here.
So Al, I will be swinging these clubs real soon. So
please do send me a picture.
Man, please. Yeah, I'm gonna need some help. I mean, it's been a minute. Had to dust them off.
Because we will be showing, Lady A, that would be your job to show video of pick swinging the club.
I already said I'm going to document everything.
We need to find a way to play those clips during the show.
Yeah,
we can do that. That's easy. That's easy. We'll I will
document everything. The good, the bad,
and the bad.
Yeah,
listen, I'm gonna tell you right now. Just don't show that one of me swinging my club and missing the ball. Don't do that one.
Why not?
Charlie Brown.
The one who swing the club, miss the ball, and spin around. That's what I'm gonna show.
It is.
Like Big Boy and Who's Your Caddy? Mulligan.
No such thing. That's a bad word. Don't say that around real golfers.
What's a Mulligan? See? All right. We'll see you guys on next Tuesday.
Have a good one.
All right.
You have a good week.